Hello, my name is Kimberly Cummings, and I am a student at Southern Nazarene University in the Organizational Leadership Program, and this is my Human Resources Management presentation. There are many aspects of human resources management and human resource administration, none of which come without its respective myriad of trials and tribulations. I believe, though, when looking at ethical policies and socially responsible behavior, one begins to journey just a sparse fair more into the realm of the human-to-human relational arena of which human resource is built upon. The subject can be both easily violated and misunderstood. I have selected the topic of ethical policies and socially responsible behavior for my presentation. This topic infiltrates daily the environment in which I work, from the top-tier positions all the way to entry level, and I aspire to reveal where we stand as an organization in this arena and the daily challenges and successes that we face. When you look at a sports team, one of the elements that needs always be present is a coach. I just recently joined a softball league with my peers, and I can attest firsthand how important it is to have an individual who acts only in the role of coach. The coach knows the rules of the game and, as a leader of the team, follows them and teaches the players to follow them as well. Rules like what is in and out of bounds, what is a foul, what is an out. The coach also exemplifies good sportsmanship and has the same expectation of the players. Much like a coach for a sports team, human resources plays this role for companies and organizations. The rules of the game at work would be the ethical policies that need to be maintained as an employer and employee. Ethical policies are basically a set of rules mandating that all employees are treated equally and ethically. Ethical policies hold accountable the employer from discrimination and protect the rights of the employee. The socially responsible behavior is much like that of good sportsmanship. This behavior must first begin with the human resources manager, who sets the bar for how to treat each other and how others should treat us. According to Lord Holm and Richard Watts, as defined in the World Business Council for Sustainable Development, corporate social responsibility, or CSR for short, is defined as the continuing commitment by business to behave ethically and contribute to economic development while improving the quality of life of the workforce and their families, as well as the local community and society at large. This is a fairly new concept, and one that aspires for positive outcome from individuals and/or employees, both impacting their workplace and their communities. This would be the team going for the win. Now that we have a more clear understanding of ethical policies and socially responsible behavior, we can begin the journey of how human resources at the organization I work for accomplishes the goals towards success in these areas. I work for the Mental Health Association. This organization is primarily an advocacy agency. However, there are a multitude of varying aspects we do to assist those in need. As you can read, our mission and vision are both truly about the people. One thing that is not reflected, however, is that our organization has an additional goal of hiring the people that we serve. In our most recent anonymous staff survey, with over 90% participation, we have over 60% of our staff have experienced both mental illness and homelessness, and close to 30% have felony convictions. To put these percentages in perspective, I challenge you, the viewer, to answer the following question. Will your company hire an individual with a felony conviction? To bring even greater light to this population, last year at a conference of peer organizations, when the request was made for a show of hands of all organizations that hire individuals who have experienced homelessness, mental health issues, or felony, not one hand went up. So let's walk through the intense responsibility for the Human Resources Manager of the Mental Health Association to model and implement the importance of ethical policies and socially responsible behavior, always remembering the population of people we serve and employ. Meet Joe. Joe was homeless. Joe has a diagnosed behavioral health issue and was recently released from prison. Joe finds the Mental Health Association and soon finds himself in his very own home. Yay, Joe. Now, because the association cares for Joe, and Joe needs a way to be self-supportive, Joe soon finds himself working for the same organization that just shortly before provided him a home. When Joe first came to the association, he was provided a case management team to help him get all his needs met. Joe was very happy to have this help. One day, while Joe was watering his plants outside his home, he looks up and sees his case manager, Antoinette. She is his neighbor. Joe is very happy, and they talk and have tea. That weekend, Joe visits a recovery meeting in the area, and who does he happen to run into? Antoinette. Again, Joe is elated, and Antoinette is happy as well. Soon Joe starts his job at the association, and as he is being introduced at an all-staff meeting, Joe sees Antoinette. He looks around the room, and he sees that he recognizes a lot of other people as well. He sees Jack and Olivia, Sam and Marcus, all people that he knows to be in recovery, some of which who are also his neighbors. Now he sees they're also his co-workers. The Mental Health Association handles this type of scenario every single day, and the first place where case management and employment cross is in the Human Resources Manager's office. The Human Resources Manager and I are very close friends, and we have much more in common and things we can relate to in each other's lives than most would think. One of the toughest aspects of her job is remaining within the boundaries of ethical policies when it comes to employing the population we serve and house. It is not an easy task, and to date I believe our organization has not yet perfected the practice by no means. I know that we have ethical policies by which we stand and utilize throughout the organization. However, so much of what our Human Resource Manager does is on a case-by-case and situational process. When working within the social work realm, ethics are essential. When combining co-workers as neighbors and peers in recovery, those lines become very gray. Our HR manager works diligently with senior management, committee members, and members of our board to ensure ethical policies are put into place to protect our employees. The pressure of the additional challenge of socially responsible behavior is increased as well. Our Human Resources Manager must role model all the aspects of our mission and vision, as well as many other related to boundaries and recovery. Because we hire the people we serve, our HR manager must emulate at all times the aspects of socially responsible behavior, and I can say from my interaction with her over the past 4 years, she does a most fabulous job. Actually, because of our executive director's guidance, all our senior leadership operate fully in the idea of creating a wonderful workplace and making positive impacts on our community. One common theme at our recent annual board staff retreat held in January was we wanted to become the best employer out there. Overall, I believe our organization faces tough trials each and every day in the areas of ethical policies and socially responsible behavior, due in part to the fact that we hire the populations that we serve, and it increases some of the inconsistencies that we face each and every day. So we enjoy having the opportunity to learn and to grow and to set precedents in this area, and I am thankful to have the chance to be a part of that learning procedure and a part of that process in my own personal life. So I hope you enjoyed my Human Resources Management presentation on ethical policies and socially responsible behavior. God bless.